Welcome back, guys. My name is Bruno Carnero. I'm here doing a full-on driver review of the brand new USF2000 car that is new here on iRacing. Car that we're really excited to get on track with and get a first feel for. I'll be giving you my honest feedback and evaluation of the car. We're going to be driving here at Laguna Seca, very infamous track as well. And I myself actually won the Formula 4 championship back in 2016, so I feel like the USF2000 is a similar comparable car power and aero wise, so we can kind of get some benefits from that. I just have some good experience with it, and I've never driven the USF 2000 car itself, but we'll still get a nice feedback from a driver as myself, giving you my takes on the car and if it's a good buy or not. So let's go ahead and give it a test drive here at Laguna, like I said. So sitting in the dash, pretty view, let's just say. It's a nice view. Got the Cosworth steering wheel, really nice, and you can see the revs and everything. Cooper tires on board the car, full carbon fiber cockpit, very nice. I think this car is going to be good fun to drive for sure. Alrighty, so now we are going to go ahead and take off and do our first lap here. Very overcast Laguna Seca. It's very realistic here on iRacing, if you couldn't tell. So coming nice and easy out of the pits here. Again, this has the new tire model, damage model, so lots of upgrades coming to iRacing, this car included. We're gonna take it easy on our first lap. It's really responsive, which is nice to see. It's pretty far up in this car too, from what I can tell. Oh, the rear is very loose from what I can tell already. Just as you try to carry the speed, there's no aero on this thing. It's very low grip, so not a lot of aerodynamic working with you. So you can feel that rear end over rotating on you, let's say. We'll wait a little bit on the brakes to assess it. You know, got cold tires and things like that. So far, really fun. First lap here at Laguna complete, let's say, on cold tires. But let's start a good, somewhat flyer. Car is fun. You know, I think that lack of aero in the rear is actually helping with some rotation, but you got to be careful because it might bite you in the back when you over rotate. So a little off track there, but it's all right. Yeah, it's good. It doesn't push when you get on power necessarily. The main thing I'm just feeling is that rear kind of stepping out. We use a little bit too much road on the exit there. It's not an F3. There, the rear got light again. It's not as bad as the first lap, but you can still feel it getting pretty loose. Really, I'm impressed actually with how well mechanically the car's driving with mechanical grip is what I mean to say. Really good car overall. You got a little bit of that oversteer on the first few laps that working against you. You got to be careful with, but after that it's really nice. Again, we're on baseline, so this is just straight out of the factory. This car is pretty fun. As soon as the tires get up to temperature, honestly, it's pretty solid. doesn't have like initial push. I think right at the end on the high speed stuff is where you're lacking the aero, like turn 6 here when I went off. You know, you're lacking that little bit of aerodynamic grip that you just don't have, but that's the whole point of USF2000s, teaching kids from karting to make their move into cars. You got no aerodynamics in karting, so kind of have to just be used to it, and work the car, use the mechanical grip, which this car honestly really does have a lot of. It's working in itself. It's not relying on the aero grip like the F3 is. Even though the F3 and the Delara chassis is fantastic, this car doesn't rely on the aero grip. It's just working itself. So really, really cool car. I'm really enjoying it so far. Those are a few first laps. We're already dropping time, and more will come, I'm sure. But really cool car. Really nice, really fun. Do a little drift donut here at the end. But yeah, I like it. There's not a lot of power. It's only 175 horsepower. But overall, it's a great car. Really drives well, and it's a ton of fun as well to drive. So pretty impressed with it. It's a great car, great foundation to start, especially those of you that are new to iRacing or new to racing in general. It's a good way to start, as it is in the real life, and that's the whole point of the USF2000 is, you know, a car you come straight from karting from and jump into, and kids do, you know, kids jump right into the USF2000 and get started in the road to Indy. So it's really cool that they incorporated this here in iRacing. It's a really cool addition, really solid car. I would highly recommend it. You got to be careful on those first laps because of the rear kind of wanting to rotate on you. But other than that, and once the car comes up to speed, it's impressive. It's just lacking that little bit of aerodynamic grip, and you only feel it in the high-speed stuff when the front just gives out right at the end. So other than that, you know, the car is working itself mechanically. The mechanical grip is all there, like I mentioned before. So really impressive stuff. Really enjoyed this car. I highly recommend it for sure. And make sure to check it out in the iRacing store. Get it for yourself. Let's go racing. It should be fun. I'm going to see this car in the new D-Class series. So lots of fun. Really enjoyed it. It's got the new crash model, damage model. Tires are realistic in the sense where it takes a few laps to get up to temperature. So great car. iRacing did a really good job on this one, and I do recommend it a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. The link to my Twitch is in the description below. You guys can go ahead and check that out. I'll be doing tons of streams as I do, trying to grow the page there. So hope you guys enjoyed, and hope to see you in the next one as well. So hopefully this was informative, and we can benefit from it, and should be fun to see how this car progresses in iRacing, like the F3 did in Formula Renault and things like that. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.